Hello everyone, this is Meenakshi Dilip Birari, working as a assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nasik. Since from few lectures we are discussing about chemical kinetics, this is once again from the same. We know that the order of reaction is given by the total number of molecules or atoms whose concentrations determine the rate of the reaction. So it is convenient to classify reactions according to the order of a reaction, like first order reactions, second order reactions, third order reactions, and also zero order reactions. So today we are going to learn zero order reaction and also its characteristics. Before starting this, we know that there are two types of rate laws. These are differential rate law and integrated rate law. The differential rate law, what we have already done, often called simply the rate law. It shows how the rate of reaction depends on concentration, whereas the integrated rate law shows how concentrations of species in the reaction depends on time. Because the differential and integrated rate laws both for a reaction are related in a well defined way, the experimental determination either of the rate laws is sufficient method for their determination. So the experimental convenience usually dictates which type of the rate law is determined experimentally. Integrated rate equation gives the concentration of reactants at any time during the course of a reaction. So before starting this, we should remember some terms which are used in chemical kinetics, like zero reading. So what is zero reading? This reading is taken immediately after mixing the reactants. For example, if we consider the reaction hydrolysis of ethyl acetate in presence of an acid. So here if these two reactants are mixed together, the reading which is taken known as zero reading. So the reading taken immediately after mixing the reactants known as zero reading. No reaction occurs immediately after mixing the reactants, hence the reading is called as zero reading. So here the ethyl acetate, hydrolysis of ethyl acetate in presence of acid gives acetic acid and alcohol. If we mix these two reactants and the reading is taken immediately after mixing these, the reading is known as zero reading. Second one, infinite reading. The reaction is completed in all practical purposes. So what is infinity reading or infinite reading? It is the reading taken at infinite time. So what is infinite time? Infinite time means the time at which the reaction is complete for all practical purposes. So by using both zero reading and infinite reading, we can calculate the initial concentration. So to get initial concentration, T infinity minus T0, that means infinite reading minus zero reading will get the initial concentration. So A is equal to T infinity minus T0. Third one, half life period. So what is half life period? The time in which half of the initial amount of the reactant reacts, known as half life period. Smaller the half life period, faster is the reaction. So the time in which half of the initial amount of the reactant reacts, called as half life period, and if the half life period will be smaller, the reaction will be faster. So these important terms are used in chemical kinetics. So we should remember the meaning of these terms like zero reading, infinite reading and half-life period. Now let's see what is a zero order reaction. Zero order reaction is a chemical reaction wherein the rate does not vary with the increase or decrease in the concentration of the reactants. Therefore, the rate of these reactions is always equal to the rate constant of the specific reactions. Since the rate of these reactions is proportional to the zeroth power of reactant concentration. So, a zero order reaction is one whose rate is independent of concentration. Zero order reactions are uncommon, but some heterogeneous reactions have a order of 0. So the rate of zero order reaction remains constant and it does not change with time as it is independent of the concentration of the reactant. So let's see the integrated rate law and also the mathematical expression for zero order reaction. So how we can define zero order reaction? Zero order reaction, it is defined as the rate of the reaction which is directly proportional to the zeroth power of the concentration of the reacting substance at constant temperature. So that according to the law of mass action, rate is directly proportional to the zeroth power of the concentration of the reacting substance at constant temperature. So rate is directly proportional to C0 of reactant. So it is nothing but the zeroth power of the concentration of the reacting substance at constant temperature. So also we can write dx by dt is equal to K0. So if we remove this proportionality sign, we can write here equal to and constant K0. dx by dt is equal to K0. So in this K0 it is called as proportionality constant, that is the rate constant at zero order reaction. So the expression for the rate constant K0, it can be derived as, by rearranging this equation 1, we get dx is equal to K0 into dt. Simply rearrange this equation 1, dx here equal to K0 into dt. So we can give this equation number 2. Then integrating this above equation between the limits, proper limits, we can take x is equal to 0 to x is equal to x and t equal to 0 to t equal to t. That means lower limit and upper limit. So here x equal to 0 is lower limit, x equal to x upper limit, t equal to 0 lower limit and t equal to t upper limit. So by integrating the equation 2 between the proper limits, x equal to 0 to x equal to x and t equal to 0 to t equal to t. So we get integration of dx equal to integration of dx into dt into K0. Then so K0 being constant at a constant temperature, it is taken out of the integral sign. Therefore K0 integration of dt from lower limit t equal to 0 to upper limit t equal to t. So by taking the integration we get dx, the integration of dx x, K0 integration of dt t, again the lower limit and upper limit, K0 T into lower limit 0 to T. So we'll get the simplification of this. X is equal to K0 into T. By using this lower limit and upper limit, we get x minus 0 equal to K0 into T minus 0. Therefore, x is equal to K0 into T. Or we can take this one, K0 is equal to x upon T. Give the equation number 3. So this is the integrated form of the rate equation for a zero order reaction. So K0 is equal to x upon T. It is the integrated form of the rate equation for a zero order reaction. Now let's see the characteristics of zero order reaction. First one, all the zero order reactions obey the following integrated rate equation, that is K0 is equal to x upon T. So all the zero order reactions follow or obey the integrated rate equation K0 equal to x upon T. The second one, that is nature of graph. So what will be the nature of graph for zero order reaction? So by considering the equation 3, x is equal to K0 into T, and by plotting the graph of x versus T, if we plot the graph x versus time T, we get this type of the graph. In this, it is a straight line in nature. The graph is straight line in nature and this line is passing through the origin. If you calculate the slope, slope is equal to K0. So what is the nature of graph for zero order reaction? Straight line in nature passing through the origin, and if we calculate the slope, that is equal to K0. That is nothing but rate constant or proportionality constant of zero order reaction. Now the third one, half-life period. Let us calculate the time required for completion of a half reaction. This is nothing but called as half-life period of the reaction. That means T1 half of the reaction. In one half-life period, half of the initial amount of the reactant get consumed. When T is equal to T1 half, A by 2 mole of the reactant gets consumed, leaving behind A by 2 moles of reactant A unreacted. Substituting this value in the above equation 3, we get A divided by 2 is equal to K0 into T. So in this, instead of T, we can put the value T1 half. So that we will get A divided by 2 is equal to K0 into T half. Therefore, T half is equal to A divided by twice K0. So we can give this number, equation to this number 4. So this equation, it shows that half-life period of zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. So here A is the initial concentration of the reactant, and this one K0 and 2, these are the constant. So it is the rate constant, 2 is also the constant value. So from this equation we will get that the half-life period of zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant, K0 being the constant. Now the next, fourth one, that is units of zero order reaction. So we have the equation, that is x upon t is equal to K0. So from this equation we can find out the unit. So K0 has the unit of concentration per time, that is the unit is mole per liter per second. So here the concentration, which is expressed in mole per liter, and time t, it is expressed in seconds. Therefore the unit for zero order reaction rate constant is mole per liter per second. So K0 having the unit mole per liter per second. So these are the characteristics of zero order reaction. First one, that is a zero order reaction is one whose rate is independent of concentration. Second, the nature of the graph, it is a straight line passing through origin. Then half-life period. The half-life period, which is defined as the time required to reduce the concentration of the reactant to half of its initial value, and it can be denoted by that symbol, that is T half. So we'll get T half is equal to A divided by twice K0, and from this equation it shows that half-life period of zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. Then unit of zero order reaction is mole per liter per second. From this equation K0 is equal to x upon t, we get the unit mole per liter per second. Now let's see few examples of zero order reaction. First one, photochemical reaction between hydrogen and chlorine. H2 gaseous plus Cl2 gaseous in presence of H mu give the formation of twice HCl. So this one is the photochemical reaction between hydrogen and chlorine. It is a zero order reaction. The reaction is studied by placing H2 and Cl2 gases over the water. The rate of the reaction is studied by nothing the rate at which water rises in the vessel due to dissociation of HCl form. The rate of rise of water is the same as the rate of disappearance of H2 and Cl2. That is, the concentration of the gaseous phase will not change with time, although the quantities will change. So that this one is nothing but the example of zero order reaction. Second example, decomposition of N2O on hot platinum surface. N2O, there is from N2 plus 1 half O2 formation. The rate is given by using that formula, that is N2O, concentration of N2O at zero order is equal to K. Then the next one, decomposition of NH3 ammonia in presence of molybdenum or tungsten. It is also zero order reaction. Twice NH3 in presence of molybdenum gives the formation of N2 plus thrice H2. The surface of the catalyst is almost completely covered by ammonia molecules. The adsorption of gas on the surface cannot change by increasing the pressure or concentration of ammonia. Thus, the concentration of gas phase remains constant although the product is formed. Therefore, this reaction is zero order kinetics. So, that one is the third example, decomposition of ammonia in presence of molybdenum or tungsten. It is also zero order reaction. The another one, iodination of acetone in presence of H plus ions. Acetone plus I2 give the formation of the product. This example is also related to zero order reaction. The rate equation of this reaction does not include I2 factor, that is minus dx by dt is equal to K into CH3COCH3, concentration of acetone and concentration of H plus. That means only the zero order reactions which are related, whose rate is independent of concentration. So this one is the also one of the example related to zero order reaction. In certain reaction, the rate of reaction does not depend on the concentration of the reactant, that is, the rate is proportional to the zeroth power of the concentrations. Such reactions are called as zero order reactions. So in this lecture we have learned zero order reaction and also its characteristics. So from this you can test your knowledge by solving the MCQs related to this topic, that is, what is the rate of zero order reaction, then unit of rate constant for zero order reaction. So what is the unit? Already I have explained that, mole per liter per time. Also like this, if we plot the graph with initial concentration against time, we get a straight line with slope. Also the next one for zero order reaction, concentration of reactant is equal to. So like that you can solve such type of the questions related to these topics. I hope you understand zero order reaction, its integrated and mathematical expression, also the characteristics of zero order reaction. In next lecture we will learn first order reaction and also its characteristics with examples.